So I'm standing in front of the famous Corpus clock here in central Cambridge. Now you might think a clock like this in a global centre of science like Cambridge would be extremely accurate, precise and regular, but in fact that's not the case. The clock's designer, John C. Taylor, deliberately designed it to make it quite difficult to get an accurate reading from. He wanted passers-by not to just use it to tell the time, he wanted them to stop and think about time. Unlike most clocks, it has no numbers on its face. Its hands move erratically, sometimes speeding up and sometimes appearing to hesitate. At the top, a large mechanical grasshopper known as the chronophage or time eater paces back and forth, devouring each second as it passes. And a cold February morning like this is a great place to start our exploration of time. About 7 weeks from now, the whole of the UK will put its clocks forward by 1 hour. Productivity across the country decreases and coffee sales skyrocket as everyone has to get up 1 hour earlier. But on the flip side, suddenly we have an extra hour of light in the evenings. It feels pretty magical, but actually it's a very simple trick. And like the clock behind me, it's a reminder that timekeeping is not a natural phenomenon, but a human construction. Something highly engineered, controlled, and occasionally manipulated. Our daily lives are governed by clocks. From the moment our alarm rings in the morning, we follow a planned routine of classes or work. Even leisure time is ruled by the counting of seconds and minutes, whether that's standardizing the duration of football matches or the display clock ticking away at the bottom of this YouTube video. This constant awareness of the passing of time can feel so familiar that we might assume things have always been this way, but have they? Before the Industrial Revolution, most people lived according to the rhythms of nature and their own bodies. Waking at dawn, going to bed when the sun goes down, working intensively during the long summer months, and resting through the unproductive winter. But that all began to change when scientists started to measure time more precisely. Over the next 12 weeks, we'll be exploring questions like these together. Why did timekeeping become such a British obsession? How did railways, factories, and global empires make standardized time necessary? And what happens when people try to live without clocks at all? We'll be using objects, stories, and ideas from history, science, and culture, many of them related to Cambridge and its museums, to see how humans across the centuries have tried to understand, measure, and even control time. And of course, this isn't just about ideas. Every week I'm going to give you practice materials which I've modelled on the exam that you're specifically working towards. You'll get personalised feedback on your writing and your speaking, targeted follow-up tasks to help you fix recurring mistakes and weaknesses, and guided practice to help you build accuracy, structure, and confidence. So by the end of the course, you won't just understand time better, you'll be able to write about complex ideas clearly, read demanding texts with confidence, and express yourself more naturally and precisely in English, all of which is going to help you to raise your scores and your grades in your English exams. So as this strange golden clock ticks on and the grasshopper creeps endlessly forwards, it's about time we got started.